All right, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Just having a little technical difficulties. Let me just make sure you can hear. Can Let me ask you for the ones that are watching this morning, can you hear me? I just need to know if you can hear me or not, because I was having a little technical difficulties. I do apologize. If you can just let me know if you can hear me clear, and then we'll get started. But if you can let me know if you can hear me, I'll greatly appreciate it. Give me a thumbs up, or you can put in the comments, I can hear you. Just making sure this sound is correct. Okay, let me just check one more thing, everyone. I do apologize. All right, I think we're good now. So, welcome everybody to Family Morning Transformation on wonderful Friday morning. I hope that you're doing well. I hope that you're feeling well. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My name is David Pinkston, but I go by the name of DMP Speaks. I am an empowerment speaker, a board certified Christian counselor, and a family restoration specialist, which is a family coach. And I come on here every Monday through Friday and Saturday. But I come through Monday through Friday, at 7:30 a.m. and on Saturday at 8:30 a.m. Listen, I am just grateful. I'm grateful that it's Friday. I think somebody already said it in the comments. Grateful that it's Friday. And how is everyone doing? How you doing, everyone? I just so glad to be with you all on this morning. What I want to talk about, and just for a few moments, and I'll let you go as usual. But share this if you care. Share this if you care. We already know, and I talked about this last night on my podcast, fathers. This is Father's Day weekend coming up. Father's Day is Sunday. Um, but what I want to talk about today is I believe it's very important and has to do with fathers, but this is more of a positive live this morning. What I really want to talk about is fathers, they teach and they guide. That is the topic for this morning. Fathers teach and they guide. And the reason why I titled this because fathers, they have a distinct way with their words. They have an incredible way on how they choose their words and what they say and how they say it, because we have a certain authority. I'll say it again. We've been created to have, and it's already in us to have a certain way with our words and how we conduct ourselves. Because the way we conduct ourselves not only helps bring order in the house, it is order, especially when the father is looking up to the father. I'll say it again, especially when a man is focused and he's hearing God to be able to teach and guide. There are principles that the father already has, that's already there, or has been taught to them. Because how can a father lead when he doesn't listen to the father? You have to be able to listen to the Father. So, this today is for people, for fathers and mothers, and whoever's listening, to just understand a father is going to lead well when he's led by the Father, the Heavenly Father. because the Heavenly Father is going to give that father what to teach, what to say, what to discern, how to lead. Because it's not just in your words, fathers, it's in how you lead your family, how you lead your wife, how you lead your children, grandchildren, whoever is in your family, how you lead. Fathers, you set the tone of the foundation of your home. Can I be honest? I love to see houses get transformed. I look at these shows. Yes, I do. I listen. I watch them with my wife, and sometimes I do it by myself. I have nothing to be ashamed of. I love to see houses being flipped because a lot of houses are looking like shambles, right? The inside, and especially the outside, especially the inside, looks horrible. Things are not in order. But when that flip team or the company comes in and they come and they change things around, they take all the old stuff, they remove things that don't work anymore, and they build this new foundation. The house doesn't look like, and I'm going somewhere, that house doesn't look like before because it's been transformed. That's the same thing in some of your houses right now. Some of your houses are in, a lot of your houses, if I could be honest, are in shambles. I'll say it again. A lot of your houses are in shambles right now because the foundation by the Father has not been laid. The Heavenly Father and the natural Father. It has not been laid. Fathers, again, this title, I titled this for a reason. And this is going to be a couple minutes more. Just bear with me. You have to set the foundation of your household. If you want your children to thrive, if you want your marriage to thrive, if you want your family to go to that next level, that next level of thinking and growing and maturing in wisdom and peace, you got to make sure that your life lines up, line upon line, precept upon precept with God. Because how can you lead yourself and you have nobody leading you? And this is where a lot of fathers have to make the ultimate sacrifice and say, God, show me the way. I've had to do that many times. Still, I don't care how much money I make. I don't care how much prestige I come in, money I come in, and power I come in. I need God's power. I need His guidance. I need His teaching to show me how to become the best father that I can be for my and leader and provider for my family. It is so very important. Fathers, teach your children and help that they listen to what you are saying. Just give me a couple more minutes. And you have to know what's going on with your children. You got to know what's going on with your family. There's no possible way that your children are going to be able to grow and learn and be taught if you don't know what's going on with them, that you're not aware, that you're not in tune, that you're not involved, that you're not even just presently there, like physically there, but mentally and emotionally there. You again, I use that word discern. You have to discern what's going on with your child. You might not know everything, but you got to be in tune. That your frequency of knowing certain things has to be there. Because if it's just you and everybody else is off whack and not in tune, fathers, you got to be in tune. You got to be in tune to hear from God concerning your wife, concerning your son or daughter. You got to be in tune to hear when there's disruption in the home, when there's no peace in the home, when there's no growth in the home, and things are the same. And that sameness is getting worse. What I mean by sameness, there's nothing different. Things are just in an uproar. You got to set that tone. You got to set the tone. So in my closing, fathers, even when we don't understand everything and we don't know everything, because we don't, you got to be able to be taught, be guided, so that you can teach and for you to guide, because they're going to only, your children, your family are going to only go as far as you go. I'll say it again. Your family is only going to go as far as you go. The knowledge that they have has to come from you. The morals and the principles and the truths are only going to be established in them if you're established. You have to be established. You have to establish yourself. And again, you might not know everything, but you got to seek guidance. You got to seek help. You got to seek a foundation for yourself. Just like I talked about that home, you have to be able to build this home, this family that is God ordained. Because I know fathers out there and I know mothers are listening. You don't want to lose your family. You don't want your family to be lost. That's not what you want. And you have to be able to lead well. So let me say this and I'm done. There are fathers out there that you're doing your best, but you know what your best hasn't been your best. I'll say it again. Some of you know that your best has not been the best, and you want the best for your family, and you're trying to figure out, and you've been talking to this person, you've been talking to that person, it hasn't worked. And you know that you need a better foundation. I don't want you to be embarrassed today. It's not about being embarrassed, it's about getting the help that you need, getting the guidance that you need. And I'm not sitting here and saying I know everything, but I know some things, I know some pieces, I have discernment. I hear from God, and I'm not boasting, I'm boasting on God. I hear from Him because it's not about just practical things, it's also concerning the Spirit of God to be able to give you what you need, not to pull down on you, but to remove strongholds. God, to remove strongholds from your life. There's a lot of strongholds. I'm sorry if I'm going over, y'all forgive me, but there are a lot of strongholds on families these days. There's a lot of strongholds. I say it again, there's a lot of strongholds going on with families these days, and these strongholds need to be destroyed. God needs to be the head. And I'm going to say this just like I feel it. God needs to be the head and not the tail. A lot of you are saying God is the head, but He is the tail. He's not the forefront. Because God didn't even design us to be the tail. He designed us to be the head. And you have to be the head. You have to lead well. You have to teach well. But my thing is, who's guiding you? Every man that has a family should be guided, but every man should be led by God and not on their own devices, their own ways and own thoughts. You got to surrender. You got to learn how to submit. Yes, yes, Father. Yes, man. You got to learn how to submit to the will of God for your family. You know that your family right now is suffering. You know that your family right now is going through a lot of things. You know that your family could be better and should be better. You know this. But that is something that you got to change for yourself. So let me say this. If there is a family out there, there's a father out there, if there's a mother out there, listen to me. I need you to open up yourself and know that this is the time for you to change. And if you're interested in changing, and you're not afraid anymore, you want to take this step, let's take the step together. Let's take the step together. I want you to go to my social media platforms, on all my social media platforms, and click on the link and sign up for your free 30-minute consultation call. Or there's a flyer that's going to be putting up this morning with my information, contact information. Don't hesitate. Hear me clear. Do not hesitate, because you want your family to be better. The only time that your family can be better or do better is when you take a step for the family. I believe in you, fathers. I believe that you can do it. Listen, catch me tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. It'll be a short time for the family morning transformation because I'm hanging out with family myself, but I still want to give you some value. Check me out tomorrow at a Saturday at 2 o'clock for my Speak Out Loud radio show on Fire 716. You can download the app. Guys, thank you so much. I know I went over my time, but I apologize. But I felt a unction, a heavenly divine unction to give you what I gave you to this morning. I hope it was valuable, not just for your mind, but for your soul. Peace.